Start streaming. My event is starting. Does that mean it started? It says it started. I'm guessing it started. Okay then. Hello? 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 Hi. Hello, Gast. Hello, Jay. How is everybody? Hello. Just gonna lay down some lines here. It's probably the worst way of doing it, but I'm doing it this way anyway. I don't care. Today we're doing another sort of fun stream. That isn't really the Jedi, because I think the Jedi is beyond repair. But we're just gonna have some fun doing fun stuff. How's that? Yes, I remember you, Mitten. Tom. Hello, human of the creepy artwork. Well, today we're not exactly doing creepy artwork. I mean, unless you find, like, weapons creepy. Once again, I've been playing a lot of Dark Souls recently. And I'm a big fan of that franchise on its own. So I'm kind of just trying to do something that interests me. I hope that's okay with everybody. Because if it's not, then that sucks, but I'm still doing it, so you can't stop me. So we're drawing some weps. We're drawing some weapons today. Some weps. So I don't know if, oh, thank you, Derek. I kind of like that we are doing something other than the Jedi. Yeah. Me too. The Jedi was boring. I was so bored. I was having a hard time doing that. But we're doing weapons. We're doing weapons, and weapons are fun, maybe. So this program has a lot of things that can make drawing weapons easier. I don't know if I'm not going to draw weapons from something. These are all just going to be weapons that These are all going to be weapons that I just make up off the top of my head because I have fun doing that. No, nothing specific. Just weapons that I make up off the top of my head. And I'll probably ask you guys for some input. Oh, also, down below, at the bottom of the screen, you could see, here you go, Tim. If you want to send stuff in for me to look at, you send it to that on Twitter and I'll see it. Yeah! Also, any support is helpful because my channel is in trouble. Any support is helpful if you can give it. Don't feel obligated or pressured into doing it, because I'm probably not going to stop for a long time doing this, but I'm still saying. Oh, my favorite type of weapon, I would have to say that in reality, it's the bow and arrow. In most games, it's long-reach weapons. Most games. In Dark Souls, it happens to be fast weapons. Doesn't matter whether they're reach or not. Okay, so this program has a lot of useful things to help you create weapons. So if I wanted to create a really quick, like, symmetrical sword, I could just turn on the symmetrical thing and just create it. And this is a ridiculous sword. This isn't even a real sword. So that's probably going to be a theme. These swords are not realistic. They're ridiculous. So that's what we're doing. We're doing ridiculous weapons that probably shouldn't exist and probably would never exist. So here we go. So in this program, it has the symmetrical thing. I don't know how much of this I'm going to use, but as a tool for sketching out the basics, it's a pretty good system. And it helps you keep the length at the right length. And it helps you keep things nice and simple. A mitten, probably not. But that's probably something I should talk to you about over the message. I just haven't had the free time to do that. I've actually been going through quite a bit of stuff lately, and it's really been pressing on my time and putting a lot of stress on me. So you will have to wait until I can do that. Okay, so I'm thinking that this sword is, like, ridiculous, but oh, Toxic Tears, you have to go soon? Oh. Okay, so I forgot what I was saying because I lost my train of thought. Okay, so when it comes to hilts, I tend to not like the symmetrical look, and it's always better to change the symmetry. Yeah, that hides the symmetry lines, but we don't care about that. So it's always better to hide the symmetry when you're working on the hilt of the weapon, and that's because it just looks better if you do it without symmetry. It always looks better. You cannot. I will deny everything. It's not true. Symmetry has its good qualities. I'm a filthy liar. Okay. So for this part, I'm gonna use symmetry because I want it to be accurate. So I'll at least use it just to get an idea of where I want that. But then I'll shut it off and never use it again. Okay. Does it? It does. How to fix that? Because it does. It does look a lot like that. Oh well. Oh well. We're going to put a little ball at the end of this. We're going to give it a bit of a thing here. And, ooh, what is going on? Weapon emotes. Yep. And well, it'll be a two-handed thing. It will be, you can wield it with one hand, or you can put the other hand on that thing to get better leverage for certain swings or something. Okay, so now we're going to change this up. We're going to cut off this part of it. Cut off this bit of it. Because like I said, symmetry is good, but I kind of like swords and weapons that don't have the symmetry so much. It's kind of cooler to me. Also, curved swords are awesome, but that's something else entirely. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, and we're going to do this. We're going to do something similar to this. There we go. How's that for a sword? Yeah, look at that. That's a sword, if ever there was one. And then we just bring this in close. And we just bring it right here. And the reason we're still bringing this is because this is like the flat part of the blade. And the edges are the outer line. So the inner line is the stuff that stays flat. If we were to color this, we wouldn't have such a distinct line, but we're not coloring it right now, so we're just undistinct line. Okay. I'm not checking the Twitter just yet, but when I do, you will know. Okay. So let's see. So we're gonna work on this edge a little bit more because I kind of don't like it. So we're just gonna make the edge look better. So let's give it more edge. Okay. Because a sword with these pointy things is gonna be hard to use. Like, anyway. So what we want to do is we want to give it at least some kind of a usability here. So what we want to do is we're going to do something like that. And then like that. So we have this thing going around like this. And then this thing going up like that and around like that. And there you go. So the side that you cut with has all these serrated edges almost. It's like more like an axe than a sword, to be honest, but still, because of the way it is, the way it would be used. Anyway, so that's one. Oh, the edge. So that's weapon number 1. Let's give it some more details, though. Let's give it some more details. Detail layer. Let's shrink this layer so that the details can show up. Okay, so for details, we're gonna give it a bit of a wrap around the handle. I believe the wraps are used for grip, but I really have no idea. So we're gonna give it a bit of a wrap. I don't use swords. And we're gonna make this part look nicer. We're gonna give it a bit of a turn in, and then it will go around like that. And as it gets closer to here, it will get thicker, so that it becomes actually something that can be used instead of something that can't. So we'll give it a bit of that look there. What else? If you guys have any suggestions, just go ahead and toss them. That's fine. I'm gonna give it a little thing. I hate doing this, but I think that it gives it a nice sort of look to it, and people appreciate it. So I like to put these things on there, even if they really don't do anything. The more you know. Thank you. Okay, and we're gonna change this shape from being the circle to being this. And all in all, this is what we have so far. Why did it do that? Oh, let me actually... Wait, what is it doing? Oh, it's accidentally breaking. Huh. Okay, so let me just erase this bit, because it's not needed. And I think that this might look better. There. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That's a pretty good look. A little bit of detailing. Probably have some markings on here eventually. But we're going to move on to the next weapon. We're going to put these into this group. Whoop. And then we're going to close the group, hide the group. Oh, we're not going to hide the group because who cares? We're going to just add 2 more layers and move on. I did not see the Ant-Man and Wasp trailer. And Purple Bird, yes, it does look like a weapon from Skyrim. It does look heavy. But you know what? Heavy swords are okay, I guess. Maybe, kind of, sort of. I actually have no idea. Alright, so now we'll go to this one. Once again, symmetry is a tool. You shouldn't use it. Why is it doing that? That's super weird. You shouldn't use symmetry if, as a crutch. You should use it as a tool. You should always move beyond the symmetry eventually, because it's just not a good thing to rely on. It's useful as a tool, terrible as a best friend. Don't know what that was. Oh gosh. Okay. All right. So this weapon is going to be kind of a well, you know what? I'm gonna make this thinner. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this a long weapon this time. Oops, that was not right. What is going on here? There we go. It'll be a long weapon. It will be... I'm gonna take that blue line and I'm gonna bring it down a bit. There we go. That's a lot better. Okay. I am going to probably draw a fencing sword after this, and I will do a parrying dagger. I'm curious if I could do that. Okay, so we have a line in the middle that I didn't intend for. We have our symmetry here, but we're not really worried about symmetry anymore. This is going to be one of those big weapons, but it's going to be it's going to be a like a, what's it called? What's the word? It's like a polearm, but it's stupid. Okay, it's like a polearm with an axe. A halberd? I don't know. I don't know weapon names. My only experience with weapons is Dark Souls 2, 3, and 1. So the bottom of this weapon is going to have a blade, because I find that interesting. So this is the bottom of the weapon. So this is you hold it some like here and here. You hold it like here and here when you're wielding it. And the bottom is just an extra thing so that you can utilize the top part's weight in a way that could cause massive damage. So let's see. So if I swing with that and I want to utilize this for damage, then the other weapon bit would have to be on this side. Oops, what is going on here? Okay. The other weapon bit would have to be on that side, because the weapon would swing around and then you'd use the momentum of the swing to stab them with this. Oh, Derek, if you have a test tomorrow, then don't worry about it. Please. What's my opinion on teens eating Tide Pods? I think that a lot of the teens eating Tide Pods has to do with the publicity it's getting, and everybody should just shut up about it so that people stop injuring themselves intentionally. Because challenges fade really quickly if people stop talking about them. That's my opinion on them. Of course it's bad. Of course you shouldn't do it. Of course you're going to be injuring yourself if you do. But, I mean, really? Really? What kind of a news station decides to talk about teens eating Tide Pods without realizing that they're going to be advertising this to lots of teens who are going to say, well, people are saying everybody's doing it, so it's dumb. It's dumb. That's my opinion. And yes, the world is macaroni. It's not a scythe. It's not a scythe. It's going to be an axe, actually, but it's going to have a heavy top bit. So this is going to be the axe right here. This is going to be the axe right... Oops, I messed up. Okay. This is going to be the axe right here, and it's a big axe, so it's, like, heavy. It's a really heavy weapon. And that's the whole plan, is that this is a heavy... Why is my... I need a new drawing pad. I need to know everything. Oh, I wish I had it. Never mind. Anyway. Wish I had $1 million. So we have this huge axe, and we're just gonna do this bit here, and it's almost scythe-like, probably because I like the idea of a scythe, but it's definitely an axe. Because the part that's bladed isn't just like this, it's all of this and not this. Alright, let's see what you guys are saying. I mean... oh, man. My opinion of Tide Pods is people should stop talking about them so it stops happening. And Tide should have immediately gotten them off of the thing instead of marketing themselves using them. That was a poor move, and it got people injured. Having a famous guy saying, don't eat Tide Pods? Yeah, that'll change so much. That'll change so much. It's stupid. It's stupid. The Tide Pod things is stupid, and I'm just not interested in it enough to talk about it because I don't want to give it any more publicity than it already has. I like human beings, and I really don't want them all to be dead because of stupidity. So there. I mean, I don't know if you guys like human beings, but human beings tend to be pretty alright fellows in my book. What else can I do? I want this weapon to be almost, like, unbelievable with its weaponage. And then bland and leaving me with a... leaving me kind of worried that this is not good. So I'm going to do something a little bit weird. I'm also going to add a bit on this end. So I don't know. That actually is terrible. That doesn't help it at all. Okay, so any suggestions, guys? Any suggestions how I could... Uganda Knuckles? Why am I giving all these opinions on these memes? I don't know anything about the Uganda Knuckles meme. I don't care. I think it's poorly named, but that's about it. Memes aren't my thing. Challenges aren't my thing. I tend to try and ignore them because the world is a better place if you do. Well, save memes. Memes are inconsequential. And I don't ignore them, but they're just not important. Rally against humans? No. I like humans. Humans are good. Humans are fun. Humans have interesting quirks about them that make them more relatable and interesting to know. You're a human being. I mean, come on. No, that's stupid. Why is this so stupid? Help me. Help me with weapon, please. Help me with weapon. Vines or something? Hmm. The axe does look plain. It does. It really does. And I'm not sure how to fix that. Oh, you know what? I think I might know how to fix that. Maybe. Nope. Add a bird thingy. Okay, so I'm gonna put handles on this to see if that helps. I don't think it will. I don't think it will, but I think it's worth a try. I think somebody's here. I think somebody's visiting the house, and so you might be able to hear people in the background. Okay. So I'm going to put 2 handles. These handles are going to be like this. Perfect. Awesome. Then around like that. Oh, people are talking in the chat. Hold on, guys. I'm concentrating on drawing these handles. That handle is smaller than the others, but I don't care. Okay, so let's see. That sounds confusing. Like a hammer to the axe head. Maybe, yeah. I'm thinking about that. Okay, so here... No, not fun, boo. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna fix this axe head a little bit, because I think I can make it look a little bit better. But then I am going to add a hammer to the other side of the axe head. But that's a little weird for me, because the idea was that you swing the axe, and then you kind of use it sort of like a pole arm, in that you continue swinging it so that this bit hits them as well. So you hit them with this, then you continue swinging it to hit them with the pointy bit, or to hit another person with the pointy bit. Whatever works. In reality, a weapon hits once, and that's probably the end for anybody who is in the way of the weapon. I don't know if that's true or anything, but that's what I think it. That's my thoughts on it. Okay, so to make this axe look a little bit better, we are going to give it an edge. And how you do that is you give it a wiggly line. And then you erase bits of the wiggly line. So that it looks kind of like an edge. Looks almost like the weapon is getting thinner there. It's a gradual thinning. Sock? Yeah, just keep posting socks and I will totally ban you. Sorry. What? Why though? Why an idiot? That's stupid. I mean, whatever. But that's dumb. Also, they're not your friends if they're calling you an idiot? I mean, in any way that isn't playful? If they're calling you an idiot in any way that isn't playful, they're not your friends. They are people you know that you spend a lot of time with who are mean. No matter what it is they're telling you that you're an idiot about for it. Yeah. Yes, Mitten, thank you for stop posting socks, because I was just about to do some banning. And you would have been one to go. Because I hate socks. That's not true. That is totally fictional. Okay. Okay, so let me see. Derek didn't respond. That's weird. I mean, I'm really interested to know why they would say that. Just because. Because I like to know what people think of me, including people that don't like me. Okay, so so I thought of a little idea, and I'm trying to work it out. That just looks weird. I don't know if it's good. But what I'm thinking of doing is maybe making that bigger. Maybe making this a bit more of a solid thing here. There we go. Like this. Like this is not an axe bit. This is a it's a hammer bit. And the reason I'm doing these little bulbs at the bottom is because I want to make sure that I have the shape right. Okay, so now we erase the little bulbs and we say that this is a hammer. So basically, and then we take this and we go like this, and then we show depth by doing stuff like this. And this, and this, and we do that. Then we do a little bit of erasing to get rid of the excess stuff, to make it look like it's actually attached, and bam. Okay, that's a lot better. I like that a lot more. It probably needs a little bit more detail. I'm not sure what we could do with it, but, you know. We're gonna do vines. Somebody said vines. I think we're gonna do a bit of vines here. We're gonna make it one of those like old weapons that is just kind of viney, if you know what I mean. You don't know what I mean. I don't know what I mean. Nobody knows what I mean. I'm an enigma, a mystery. We're just gonna do a bit of vinage here. And then we'll have this curl up like this, because that's what vines do? Question mark, maybe? And this is kind of how I draw vines everywhere. It's the best way that I have found to be able to draw vines. It's just to do stuff like this. You draw the main vine first, because you want to be able to know where everything goes. Oops, that was a mess up. Let's fix that by going deeper inside. Okay, so let's go like this, go around like this. There we go, that's fixed. Okay, and then it goes around behind. And when it does something right here, we're gonna do something like this. We're gonna connect to that, and then we're gonna flip it, because that's what it does. It flips. Here we're not going to do that. We're just going to send it around because it doesn't flip. So yeah, you start with the big vine first. And you have to remember, when doing something like this, you see how close this is to this line? The problem with that is that you have to be able to fit the basic shape of, or the basic thickness of the vine there, or thin the thickness down, which is weird and will make it look weird. So what you do is you don't go immediately like this, because that's wrong, because it would just come flush to this and you wouldn't see it anyway. So what you do is you find that place, okay, and then you go down a bit, like right here, and you start there. You go like almost 2 times that. I'm doing it by sight, but whatever. And the reason you do that is because it's like right against the edge, and so it becomes like it sticks to it. It's like I'm trying to find the right words, but my words are failing me. Gosh, I wish I hadn't have lost all the words. It's just it's flesh with the flesh? Is that what it is? It's perpendicular with the pole, so it just doesn't matter. You can just do it like that and it still looks fine. and then you can thicken this in inking. You can thicken this to make it look like it's the vine instead. Okay. Whew. Okay, so now we're going to add the little vines and stuff like that. I don't know what kind of what was that you said? Celtic pattern? What I should do for that? I don't know. I've never drawn a Celtic pattern, so not that I know of. Ooh, tummy just went tummied. My tummy just tummied. Ugh. Maybe I'm hungry. Ha ha ha, I haven't eaten. Oh, great. Excellent me. Oh, my tummy just tummied again. Okay. So we'll do that, and we'll do this here as well. Oh my gosh, my tummy is just not stop tummying. Ugh. You could do both. You can do both, Mitten. Both are okay. Flush. Thank you, Exo. Drahas. Thank you. Thank you so much. Flush. Whew. Man, my tummy is really just going crazy. Oh well. I have plenty of time to do this and then get food. I'm not gonna starve, guys. Okay. You might hear noises in the background. That's because there are people here. Okay, there we go. These vines are actually looking really nice. I'm liking that. What I'm gonna do with this vine is send it around here like this. I'm gonna go to check Twitter in a second. I don't know if... Let me see. Let's see. Alright, so I'm gonna go and check Twitter. In just a moment. I just want to finish this bit here. Okay. Okay. And then we'll check Twitter. Let's see what Twitter has to offer for the results. Let's see. Ah, here we go. Well, that's tough. That's tough to do, but I might be able to do it. Maybe. Oh boy. Oh boy, you gonna Knuckles. You recreated a page from the Necronomicon from Evil Dead. Doesn't look the same due to lack of blood. Well, also, I mean, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings or anything. This is amazing. This is actually incredibly good, and I really like it. However, you've got a curve going on here, and it's a really strange one. You did use the other weapons as a measuring thing, which is really good, but you also gave this weapon a curve that wasn't there. See this? How it goes straight? The weapon line for this weapon is not like this. It's sort of like this, and the blade actually ends, its tip is at the point where the line would end, I think. So the blade curves outward and then joins up with the straight line that I'm talking about. So it's kind of like, it's like seeing this line and throwing it out the window. So instead of having a curved weapon, it's a weapon that is sort of straight, right? And then it goes a little bit straighter with the blade, and then the blade goes and curves until it hits this line, and then it does that back. And that's kind of what the weapon is actually doing. It's subtle and hard to see. It's not as easy to see as mine is, but it's there. Just a little pointer. It's great. It's a great design. I'm just saying that I'm not. It's good. It's good design. You're doing great. Just couple of pointers. Okay. Here's Numb. He's a drunk cat. Okay. Well, drunk cats are something. Oh, wow. Did my music end? Why is my music ended? Oh, I never had it running. Oh my god, this entire time. Oh. I've been just talking to the void and not having the music on. Oh, man. Now I'm embarrassed. Okay, so we're just gonna add more of these curlicue things to these vines because that's kind of what vines do. We'll also do this here. We'll have some of these coming out like this and then curl it like that. Okay. Okay, so now let's do a bit of erasing to get rid of some of the lines here so that we can see it in its full and amazing glory. I don't know. Is that the right term? Okay, so it sort of comes around like this. This goes a bit like that. That goes a bit like that. And then this goes in front of this line. You can tell because I kept the lines there. And this also goes in front of it. So, there we go. That's that weapon. I kind of really like it. I like all kinds of music. Okay, so this is the axe thing that we've done so far. I'm sorry I didn't do the Celtic stuff. You know what? We're going to still do it. We're going to do it on the new layer. I can use this to help me out with it, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's see here. Where's the line? Oh, we don't want to lock it anymore. We want to bring it here. We want to zoom in. And we want to put this where it needs to go. So we're going to put it like right there. Why did it do that? Like right there. We're going to zoom in. We're going to center this a bit better. Yeah. Yeah, right there. Nope. We're going to bring it to be like right here. There. Okay. Okay, we're using the symmetry tool because I am just not going to be able to do the other way. So we're going to fail miserably because you don't understand what I'm doing. Oh, right. That's why. Thank you, program, for doing that. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring it up like this. We're going to bring it up like this. Don't worry, this will look a lot better when I'm done. Do you know what? In fact, I want you guys to be able to see it, so I'm going to lower the opacity of this a bit. Okay, this won't... Whoa, wrong layer. So this won't look like any kind of Celtic symbol that is out there, because I am not going to spend a lot of time copying a Celtic symbol. But I'm going to try to emulate the look. Sort of. Okay. So, then we're going to take our eraser tool. We're going to thin it down to the smallest point possible. We're just going to go like this. We're going to start filling out some of this here so that it looks sort of like... Whoa, messed up. Bring it back a little bit. There we go. So that it looks kind of like an actual symbol. Remotely Celtic symbol. Okay? Okay. Oh, and we want to go underneath this line, so we're just going to leave a... Oops, messed up twice. Have any of you guys seen Open House on Netflix? If you have, don't. If you haven't, don't. It's a really bad film. It's really bad. Okay, and then we're going to get this pen tool out again because I made a little bit of a mistake there. Okay, so we're gonna lock this, we're gonna hide this, and then we're going to increase the opacity of this. And the reason we're gonna do that is because we're going to first we're gonna arrange this because I don't like the position of it, and I want it to be positioned in a place that makes the design show through still, but it also makes sense. So we'll put it right there. And what we're gonna do is we are going to decrease the opacity, just so that we can see what we're doing. We're going to take our incredible eraser tool, which is so helpful. We're on the layer of that Celtic design, and we're just going to erase the design a bit. Just a bit. Oh, that was too much. Okay. Just a bit, so that the vines are covering it instead of anything else. And then we can bring the opacity back up. And now it is a design underneath. Now, this looks a little messy and complicated, but if you do it with thin inking, it should come out great compared to the rest of it. So, that's good. I have watched Stranger Things. I've seen both seasons, and I love it. It's great. It's amazing. Okay. 2 people said this, like, so many times. Thanks, Toxic Tears. Yeah. Okay. So, next thing, I said fencing weapon. We have time for, I think, maybe 1 or 2 more weapons. I'll try to go fast. Okay, when it comes to fencing weapons, you're going to want to have symmetry, at least for the top part. The handle, though, oh, come on. Stop messing up on me. The handle, though, is something different. The handle does not have symmetry. It's kind of a different thing altogether, actually. Okay, so we're going to... Okay, so... I don't know much about fencing weapons myself, but I do know that they're thin. They're like super thin. They're like so thin that it's hard for me to describe how thin the... Oops, I'm in a mistake. Haha, let me create another group. Toss these 2 things in the group. Womp. Thank you for not listening to me, computer. Whatever. Don't have to listen to me. That's cool. Okay, now we add 2 more layers. Okay, now we get to it. Okay, so we want to try and get as close as possible to the line and do a line that... Oh, I'm using the eraser. Close as possible to the line and do a line that... that's still too thick. Why is it going thicker than I want it to? There we go. Okay. So we'll do a line that's like this. Super thin. It does, I believe, get thicker as it goes, but we're not going to worry about that totally for right now. Right now we're gonna go with that. Okay. Yeah. The way I understand it, they're super thin. I'm not gonna show the line in the middle because it will look bad with this art pencil that I'm using. But just there is a line in there where the blade goes, and they do get thinner as they go. I'm gonna work that out in a second. Right now we're just gonna go to the fancier bits, and the fancier bits are the handles, because the way I understand it, fencing hilts are designed to protect the hand from being stabbed by the by the opponent's fencing weapon. So I'm just gonna, again, these are all made up, so I'm making these up. So this probably would not be a viable fencing weapon, but you know, we're just gonna roll with it and see what happens. Okay. I've heard of Split. He was really good, but I think he messed up a lot. I also think that he gets a lot of flack because people expect a certain quality out of him, and not all of his stuff is that quality, and so I think he gets a lot of backlash about that. But I think that a lot of his creations are great. You're talking about Shinamalama Ding Dong. M. Night Shinamalama. M. Night Shnumanuma. Shnumanuma. Shnumanuma Ding Dong. There you go. Okay. I thought this was a halberd. Or is this more like a poleaxe? I don't know. We're drawing a parrying dagger next, if I have time. I might not have time. So once again, the idea of a fencing weapon is strange to me, and it's only strange because I'm not sure quite how to handle going about it. And so it's gonna be a bit of a trial and error. No, I do not watch Family Guy. Family Guy is actually a pretty terrible show, in my opinion. I mean, if you like it, more power to you. It's just not for me. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do with this fencing weapon is we're gonna do something a little kind of sort of crazy. We're going to give it a almost squarish hilt area. They usually have them with curves, if I remember right, but we're just gonna go with a sort of squarish shape for the hilt. Now this is gonna look really terrible at first, but give me a second. I'm throwing some shapes onto this page so that I can make it look better. Let's see here. Let's see here. So the handle of the blade has to be a little bit thicker than the blade itself. And I think that has to do with balance and grip. But I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm not sure how to do this because there's a cover. The idea is to have the hand covered. Also, I believe in fencing, a lot of the stuff that is involved, the like, it's very thin. It's a very thin weapon. And all of the stuff involved with it are intricate and delicate. Not delicate, really, but thin. I've never been fencing in a day in my life, so I could be wrong about all of those facts. I wish I took fencing. Fencing is kind of neat, and then I'd be able to defend myself. Which right now, ha, defend myself? What? So I'll just erase some of the stuff in here and see what this looks like, and then move from there. It's not looking too great. It's not looking too bad though. So I don't know how I feel about it. Wow, this is really loud. To me, at least. How's the sound for you guys? Are you guys able to hear me good enough? I hope so. Because I did some editing for the sound. And I made it, like, different, so. Okay, so we have that. Yes, fencing is that. Oh, Derek, it's okay. I'm leaving in a couple of minutes too, so you won't be missing much. Let's see here. So what I want to do is I want to actually... Hard edges look so good with a sword. It's just, they just do. It's hard to argue with hard edges. Ha! Haha, it's hard edges to argue. I'm funny. I make the humor, and the people, they sit and they stare. Okay, I have totally ruined this halberd, but you know what? It was an experiment that failed. I don't know, it doesn't look great. Let's try something different. How far back can I go? I can go that far back, I can go that far back. Good, 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 good. Can I go back further? I can. Perfect, okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to take this, we're gonna send it... That's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. We're gonna send it up like this, so that it hits here, and we'll give it a nice little arch thing here. There, okay? And then we'll do this. So right here, and then we'll bring this around like this. Ha, got a better design for you guys. And it will go around like this. And then this is like a protective thing so that a person's arm doesn't get, or hand doesn't get hit while they're wielding this thing. And to show that it goes around, we can do another little thing way back here that goes out like this and a little shorter, and then color it in. Okay, so now we have a little bit of a better idea of things. So let's fix this up a bit so that we can make it look a bit better. Okay, so we have sort of a halberd looking thing. We need to make it look nicer. Edge, only edge. Oh, it is 9. It is 9 o'clock. And that means that I'm not going to have time to do the parrying dagger, but I'm not going to let you guys go without finishing this. So, let's do this thing. I'm sorry I can't do the parrying dagger. I really wanted to. But I mean, judging by the way this is turning out, I'm not sure I could have done a great job with it. Once again, you have to remember that even with fencing weapons, the symmetry is a crutch, and you should not let yourself be stuck to symmetry. Just utilize it as a tool and move on. That is always good advice. It's good advice for everything. If you're trying to learn how to draw feet, learn how to draw feet one way, and then don't use that as a crutch. Don't say, well, this is the only way I know how to draw feet. Use what you learned in the video to learn how to draw feet better. And that's pretty much it. Oh, also, this is done without looking at this is done without looking at a fencing weapon ever. So not a real fencing weapon. So I don't know about you, but I'm gonna think it's a success pretty much no matter what. Okay, and then we'll just give it a nice little bit of a dagger top. Well, that's bad. Alright, so let's put on the symmetry again. And then go like this. All the way to the top. Okay, then that didn't do it? What? Why didn't that do it? Oh, if you guys, End of the F *** World is a really good show, too. It's on Netflix. It's, like, really good. Might be might be like sort of gory and kind of sad, but it's good. It's really good. You might have to see a couple of episodes before you really get into it, but it is quite good. Okay, so that's a fencing weapon. It's missing something, but I don't have time. I'm sorry. I have to cut it off here. But thank you for joining me. Yeah, the cover is like a circle, I know. This one isn't. This one is not like a circle. Because I don't know. It's not. Alright, well, I'm gonna check Twitter one more time to see if there's anything here. And there is not. I will refresh just to see. No. Okay, so, just a couple of things to let you guys know. Things are going to be a bit weird. I'm going through some difficulties. So, I'm going to be trying to keep on doing the 2 videos a week. But the live streams might be a bit sporadic from this point on. I'm not sure what I can do about it. But I'm gonna work my hardest to give you all the content you can. I'm getting a whole new setup for my camera eventually that will be able to make doing the videos a lot easier and quicker. And I'm just gonna keep on pushing forward because I've worked on this channel for like 5, maybe 6 years. I think giving up now is a bad idea, so I'm gonna keep it up. But that being said, you know, any support is great. So, I will catch you guys later. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye, goodbye. 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 Goodbye.